Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast, man. So, as you all know, it's a lot going on surrounding Charlie Kirk and the left and Republicans, and just a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of teachers lost their jobs. A lot of people are saying that, Donald Trump is a hypocrite because of them getting fired, and saying that it's, cancel culture and just all of this, acting as if it's the same as when Joe Biden was in office, man. So today we're just going to expose the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party in general, because at the end of the day, for me personally, I believe that we, the temperature has to be cooled down, bro. And in order for that to happen, the Democratic Party has to come to the table and actually, work with Donald Trump instead of keep doing the same old goofy bullshit that they've been doing for 10 years. Like, that's literally the only solution that can stop all of the hate that's going on, is to show that, listen, Donald Trump isn't and was never the guy that they said he was. That's number one. And it's been proven because of all of the hoaxes and all of the things that have been debunked, and it's sad that it has to come to someone losing their life in order for a lot of people to just wake up, man. And I'm going to show you a few clips. First of all, I'm going to show you the hypocrisy of the left, because they'll say, it's the rhetoric on both sides that's causing that is what caused, what happened to Charlie Kirk, pretty much. So I've already said that I've never heard anybody on the left, on the right, say anything that would be like directly causing any type of harm to any Democrats. Like, where, they were calling for people to come in the streets and, when you see, any Democrats, do something to them or being subliminal about that. The only argument that they can bring up is January 6th, where that was even infiltrated. And there's footage and things that have been put out that shows that. You know what I mean? And on top of that, only one person got killed, and she was one of the protesters. So, and that could have all been avoided if, let's just say, 100% that Republicans incited and wanted to storm the Capitol and do everything that happened that day, right? Donald Trump literally a week before that event said that he wanted the National Guard to come to the Capitol, because he knew, what could potentially happen. So, and they denied it. Why? Because they wanted what happened to happen. You had literal police ushering people in. You had people are saying that were connected to, probably either NGOs or some type of government that were there, that were inciting it. and inciting and telling people to storm the Capitol. You know what I mean? So they wanted that to happen, that event. You know, so it's a lot of just goofy shit that's going on. And I just want to play a few videos. So I'm going to play a video from LFR family. Shout out to him. If you know, make sure y'all anybody that I play, go check their channels out because they're dope. And you know, they definitely, you know, give, you know, different but dope insight on just everything that's going on right now, period. You know what I mean? So definitely go check them out. And I gotta start. I think I linked all of their profiles in the description, so you can go check that out. But before we start, man, make sure y'all like, share, comment, also subscribe to the channel, man. I really truly do appreciate everybody that's been, you know, tapping in with me and you know, staying on the live while I'm here. I think that's dope, and it's just showing that I'm doing something. You know, is it perfect? Probably not, but I'm doing something right. So we're gonna continue this shit, man. But let's get into this. Should I play? Let me see. You know what? No, I'm gonna play this first, and then okay, yeah. Let's just keep it where it's at. All right. So The Five is a show on Fox, right? And Greg Gutfeld was on. Obviously, he on the show, and Jessica Tarloff, who is a Democrat, basically saying the same thing that all Democrats are saying, that it's rhetoric on both sides. And Gutfeld basically kind of loses his shit a little bit about it because he knows the truth. He knows that that's not the case. So let's see what they was talking about.
So don't use your what about this? The fact of the matter.
Hold on, my bad. What the heck? Oh, my bad. Let's start that over. So obviously, if you want to check out the full video in its context, you could go to The Five and watch it. But I just wanted to play his response. So she basically said that it was rhetoric on both sides. She brought up some talking points about, because this was all related to Charlie Kirk and the guy who killed Charlie Kirk. So, and this was his response to it.
So don't use your what about this? The fact of the matter is the both sides argument not only doesn't fly, we don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no cognitive dissonance on our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality, so you're coming up with these rationalizations like, what about this or what about that? We're not doing that because we saw it happen. We saw a young, bright man assassinated, and we know who did it. We are not coming up with rationalizations. We are calm, we are honest, and we are resolute. We're not defensive, and I understand the defensiveness. I understand why people are saying, what about this and what about this? Because if you have to face the underlying fact to this, your life is gonna fall apart. Because you're gonna realize you're not the good guys.
All right, so you know they had some more like type of talking about it, but they wasn't actually saying anything. It was just a bunch of words on the screen talking about, you know, that whole back and forth that they had. But the gist of what he's saying is basically, bro, these people are not living in reality, bro. Like, it's not even close. Like, you don't see. For instance, this happened to Charlie Kirk. This is a prime example. Charlie Kirk was assassinated, right? In front of a lot of people, in front of his wife, in front of his children, right? And you didn't see no buildings getting burnt down. You didn't see people in the streets looting stores. You didn't see people getting stabbed, shot, beat up, anything. The only thing you saw was a bunch of disrespect from a lot of people who are just weirdos and just hateful and stupid and ignorant. And you seen dumb shit like the guy who got arrested for trampling over a visual or something like that. You just see a bunch of all the nut shit is coming from Democrats. Just what it is, liberals. You know what I mean? I'm not even say Democrat, I'm gonna say liberals. Because I believe that there's conservative Democrats who don't align with a lot of shit that, Democrats are trying to push nowadays. And that's why a lot of people are leaving the Democratic Party. I'm just being honest, bro. A lot of people are just, this is why I put what I put on the thumbnail. Slaves to the party. Because that's what this all boils down to when it comes to all of the things that are going on in politics and in the world right now in America. Is it's all because of people being slaves to the party. A lot of people know that most of the things that they're pushing is radical, is goofy, dumb. You know what I'm saying? And things that just don't make sense. Like when you're having conversation, like you see all of these people debating about what a woman is. It's wild to me. Like it's wild. Unnecessary. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. But we want to act like it's a conversation that's needed when it's not. It's not. You just got facts and then you got falsehoods, bullshit, ignorance, dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. And the facts is that, and I'm going to show right here, shout out to LFR family. He put the video together of Democrats when they say, we can't control what people do. True. That's true. You can't control what people do, but you can control what you say. And the things that the Democrats say make people who are slaves to the party think that it's truth. That's the thing, because when you say things, when everybody is saying the same thing, what I say before, people think that, it has to be some truth to this. So when every single media station is saying that Trump is a dictator, a Nazi, Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist, a Nazi, it's all you hear all over MSNBC, NBC, ABC, 60 Minutes, this, that, and the third, YouTube, all of these people like Brian Tyler Cohen who push all of this same shit. Of course, people are going to think that, Donald Trump is trying to be a dictator. And then you got No Kings protests all across America. And, bro, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And I'm going to prove today, bro. These people are frauds, bro. And listen, I'm not sitting there saying that there can't be any Democratic candidates that I'll vote for in the future who might be official, who might do good. And I'll vote for them because, like I said, I'm not none of that shit. I don't even care about it. I think it's stupid because it causes none but division amongst the people. And that's why we have the things that we have going on in America today, bro. All the nonsense that's going on is because people are slaves to the party. Period. You know what I mean? So let's get into this because they say it's because their argument is it's on both sides. It's on both sides. But tell me, like I might be wrong. Send me the clips, anything, right? Show me where any Republicans are saying these type of things, are getting out here doing these type of things, and just let me know. I might be wrong. I could be wrong. But personally, I've been following politics for this whole last campaign, and I just haven't seen it. So tell me if you have seen this type of shit.
I can say that your policies are bad. I can say you're a criminal because you have been found guilty of 34 convictions. Like, I can say all these things because they are true. That's not even just free speech. These are just facts. So don't get mad that I speak the truth and I speak facts, but I literally have never said anything to invoke violence. And I challenge somebody to go and find a clip of a Democrat invoking violence.
But this is a war. This isn't a battle. And we absolutely will win this war.
It is a war. It is indeed a war. And I have to say, they have won some battles, Jasmine, but we have to keep our eye on the war, and everybody needs to pick up a weapon and get involved, because this is for the safety and lasting of the country.
See what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm going to let it run after this, but I just want to say, just that small clip right there, bro, they think because they're smiling when they say it, and, they won a few battles, but we have to win the war, so pick up a weapon. Like, bro, when you say things like war, people die in wars, bruh. So you saying that loosely, like as if people aren't going to gravitate towards that in a way in which you're saying it. You're literally telling people to pick up weapons, but you're trying to see, they'll sit there and say, oh, it was a metaphor. It was a metaphor. I was using it as a, it was you took it wrong. No, this is what you meant. But look, it's more, it gets better.
Descriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! !
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the Senate! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
This is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement
call to arms.
Is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
And we're going to fight it in the streets.
It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
That's the last few days you woke up thinking there might be.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I don't even remember him saying that. This dude said that he talking about a third term. He may not even finish this term. Exactly what do you mean by that? Why aren't we?
Bro, they out of pocket, bro. What? She said, I dare anybody to go find a video of Democrats inciting violence. This nigga just said Trump's not going to have a third term. He might not even, what did he say?
Investigating this. Why hasn't?
What did he say? He might not even make it through this term.
And ask the question, like, what exactly did you mean by that statement? Listen, this happens over and over and over again. Jasmine Crockett, you are a bone-faced lie with a booger in your eye. Shout out to Smoke Dog, my little brother.
Not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
You see, bro, what? He may not even finish this term.
Last few days you woke up thinking there might be news.
What's that mean?
Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be.
Now,
bro, that's crazy.
There will be news sometimes. We were hoping that we'll wake up to some news. Oh, man, it didn't happen. Well, guys, it's not too late to get out there and be who we truly are, which are the demons, the devils, imps. That's what we work for.
Ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent
the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
Man, they out of control, man. Shout out to LFR family. You know, I just wanted to play that specific part of it. He goes, if you want to check out the rest of that, he kind of goes into his opinion on that whole video. Because it's hilarious, man. These people sit here and try to make it seem like everything is Donald Trump's fault. Everything is his fault. You know, 20 million illegal immigrants in the country, soaking up all of our resources, and it's Donald Trump's fault. They literally were flying them in on planes, and it's Donald Trump's fault. Like, bro, these people are crazy, bro. Listen, bro. I used to be you, bro. Then I awokened. I opened my third eye, and I saw that we were just being lied to, people. Lied to. And we ain't done. I think he should be questioned to find out what he knows, and this from the people who are doing the same thing that the Nazis did in the, I guess you mean 1930s, are calling someone else Nazi. Shout out for the comment, Leroy Martin. And these from the people who are doing the same thing that Nazis did in 1930s are calling someone else a Nazi. Okay. When you say he, talking about who specifically? When you say he should be questioned. Yeah, man, but it's crazy though. You know, like, I said this on one of my previous videos. Like, the Nazis killed, millions of people, bro. Donald Trump is not doing that, man. Just being honest, bro. Like, the things that they are saying just aren't true. I can understand you sitting there, but that's the thing. They really want people to go out and try to assassinate Donald Trump. That's the whole point. You heard Nancy Pelosi. She said, I don't understand why people aren't, like, in an uprise right now. Like, but maybe they will. That's come on, bro. Listen, bro, if you're just slightly intelligent, that's her putting the message out there. Like, she's saying, like, why aren't y'all doing anything? But you know what? Maybe y'all will. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. It doesn't take. Oh, Tim Walz. Yeah, he's a fucking nutbag anyway. Like Tampon Tim. Yeah, man, this is crazy, bro. These people are crazy. Like, the stuff that they say is just wild, bro. It's wild. And Jasmine Crockett, bro, she's another nutball. She just, bro. If you're happy that she is representing you in Texas, hey, man, I just feel for y'all, man. I'm just being honest, bro. This is why I want to get away from Democratic states, bro. Because it's just goofy shit, bro. I just don't want to be around it. I don't want my kids to go to the schools. Like, you just don't, bro, you don't even feel comfortable sending your kids to school. Like, that's just sad, man. We're in a fucked up time, people. You know what I mean? But let's get into this next, John. So this one is funny. because, they always try to play the race shit. And we're going to get into that, man. Because all of this, you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk about it now. Because the thing that make me mad about the whole racism conversation is, listen, you're stupid if you say that that racism doesn't exist. It does. It does. It's in certain places. A lot of people, maybe some, who knows? But I know it's a small percentage when you talk about the nation, right? Who are racist. That's just a fact, bro. I'm 36 years old. I do not wake up fearing for my life that a white man might kill me today, lynch me or nothing, right? But it doesn't mean I'm ignorant to the history of my people. I'm not ignorant to it. You know what I'm saying? I love history. You know what I'm saying? And because it lets you know how we got where we're at today. You know what I'm saying? We got where we're at today because of the Martin Luther Kings, because of the Fred Hamptons, because of Malcolm X, and many more. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're here today. But the part that makes me mad is that they always go way, way back in order for it to fit their argument today. When it's like, yo, in order to understand times, and it doesn't mean that it was right. Like Jim Crow and all of and slavery, it wasn't right. We know that. We all can agree on that, right? But it was a different time in America. It just was. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear black people today and they act like they're going through the same shit, I just think it's disrespectful, to be honest. And that's one of the things that made me straighten myself up as a person, and just especially as a black man, because I just realized how much I was shitting on our ancestors and the Martin Luther Kings and the Fred Hamptons and people who actually went through real racism, being called, Negroes and all of that to their faces, like it was normal. We don't go through that, bro. I'm just sorry. We just don't. Maybe in certain parts of the countries, but for parts of the country, but I just don't see it every day. I just don't. But the facts of the matter is, bro, okay, it's 2025. We all have all the rights that we have was due to all of the fights and the civil rights, the marches and everything that our people went through to get to where we are today. But instead of us, and I'm not saying that because there are a lot of people that do take advantage of the opportunities that we have, and they ain't playing victim, and they out here getting to it. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of us that are, and I was one of them, you know what I'm saying, who blame everything on the white man. You know what I'm saying? When it's just not the case, bro. It's just plain and simple. It's just not. And in order for us to move forward and get to where we need to get to as a culture, as a whole, we need to look past it. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, we need to work together. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I don't even be liking the whole, if I want to buy something, I want to buy it because it's nice. I don't want to just buy it just because a black person made it or anything like that. Because that's why everything is so divided now. It's like everything, I'm the first this, the first black this, the first black this, I only buy black art and black this and black that. It's like, come on, bro. Just buy it because it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's just dope people, bro. We keeping racism alive. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping the bullshit that's going on alive. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand that the media, government, fuck government. They push the shit. They want us out here fucking burning our cities down and all types of shit, man. They want us doing it, the goofy shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I was one of them. I was a criminal. I was a nigga in the hood selling drugs and all the goofy shit. I thought it was cool. I thought it was what we did. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I had to realize, like, I wasn't getting nowhere. I wasn't getting nowhere doing any of that shit. All it did was I just ended up in jail, ended up in prison, wasn't there for my son, keep letting him down. You know what I'm saying? But now I was able to turn that around, So I hope that I could be an example for people who might be, on the borderline, like they want to do good, but they feel like this all they know or whatever. Bro, all the information is out here for us to learn. I'm a 6-time felon. I make $27 an hour. I work every day. I got my own crib, car. I got a beautiful family. I got a fiance, soon to be married. And I did all this in less than 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Came home from prison, kept it fucking pushing. And, now I'm doing okay. Am I where I want to be? Fuck no. Why? Because I don't have no ceiling. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't out here making excuses. I ain't out here bitching and complaining. I ain't out here fucking hoping that the government saves me. I'm keeping it pushing. You know what I mean? So you should too. But let's get into this video with Don Lemon. So it's a whole video that Officer Tatum had, but I wanted to just play this portion of it because Don Lemon was talking about Charlie Kirk and basically what he had going, his opinion on it, and then he went to the streets, and that was what I want to really play because it just goes to show you not everybody is a piece of shit, bro. Just what it is.
There is, this is sort of a two different universes, two different worlds.
Make sure y'all
that we live
like,
in
share,
here,
subscribe to the channel. Truly appreciate it.
And I'm generalizing because there are some folks, there's some in every bunch. There's some who are black folks who are like, yeah, I loved him or whatever. Okay, fine. But those are few and far between. Let's just be honest. And so for the most part, people don't understand, like, what is this, all of this flags and half staff for when most people had no idea who Charlie Kirk was, by the way. You know that, right? I meet a lot of people out there and you see my lives. They're like, I didn't really know him. I just heard about him when this happened because it was mostly for like younger people who are really politically activated, like college people who are, just wanted to, college people like to fight on campus. And when I went to school at LSU, we had something very similar, and it was called Free Speech Alley. I think Free Speech Alley is still there, where you could go to Free Speech Alley and you could say whatever you want. The thing is that you could then, and you would not get suspended or expelled or, disciplined for saying some shit. People just said whatever it is that they wanted at Free Speech Alley. Much of it was offensive, but I kind of liked Free Speech Alley. But that's not the America that we're living in right now. We live in an America of cancel culture.
Man, shut the fuck up, Don Lemon. This dude is a fucking fraud, bro. This the same dude. If you go back and watch when he was on, I think he was on CNN. He was when Kamala Harris was running for president the first time, when she ran against Joe Biden, right? He said he was basically saying that she wasn't black, and just because she got family from Jamaica, whatever the case may be, he was basically going against it. The moment she was going against Donald Trump, he switched up, and now all of a sudden she was black. He was going in the streets because he got fired because he whack, and the show was whack. So now he got his own little podcast show that's whack too, and he's another race baiter. He's another Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, and these guys who don't do nothing but keep telling black people to hate the white man, and that's it.
And it is the cancel culture on the right now.
Notice that he said now. Notice that he said now. So he's not acknowledging the fact that there was cancel culture on the left. So just keep that in mind, bro. Pay attention to what people say, bro. Pay attention to what they say.
And the hypocrisy, I've been writing something about this. The hypocrisy on the right about free speech is, it's off the charts. Because think about it. If you actually believed in what Charlie Kirk said he believed in, didn't quite practice all the time, is free speech, then why are you out to cancel people who are using their First Amendment right of free speech to tell you how they feel about Charlie Kirk by using his own words?
First of all, how is that cancel culture, bro? That's not cancel culture. Cancel culture is literally taking, I guess to a degree it is, because they lost their job in a way they can make money. But that's up to an employer's discretion. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden and his administration were literally calling Mark Zuckerberg and telling him basically to, flag certain posts and things like that. All right, yeah, we back. All right, damn, video bugging. But anyway, he was telling them to basically flag certain posts, and they were literally like deleting your whole profile if you weren't pushing the narrative that they wanted you to push. That's cancel culture. Comedians weren't allowed to say, weren't allowed to be comedians and be funny the way they have always been. They had to be, mindful of things that they were saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weak. That's cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to this video. See what's up with this damn camera.
It doesn't make sense because Charlie Kirk didn't make sense. And so the response is irrational. So they're trying to, all these people are Nancy Mace and N.G.L.A. and all these people, they can't figure out how they want to respond. Is he a crazy loony left liberal? Is he some sort of incel? Is he a furry? Is he whatever? Like they're spinning, trying to, how do we make this make sense? You can't, because it doesn't make sense. Because this is a myth. You're trying to build a myth on a myth.
This dude is a clown, bro.
The things that came out of Charlie Kirk's mouth were much of it was hurtful, discriminatory, ignorant,
lies.
And I'll stop there.
Now look, right? Now notice, like you see right now, right? I'm not reading from a teleprompter. I'm just telling you how I feel, because this is the truth on how I feel about these certain things, right? So I might say, or whatever, trying to think about what I'm saying because I'm going through it live. He's live talking, but notice that he's looking down, looking at words that he's supposed to say because he has to push the same narrative. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen AOC in that one little clip, she was doing the same thing. This isn't their own thoughts, bro. They're pushing propaganda. They're pushing a narrative. And they need to all say the same thing. That's the one thing I give them. They stick together, dog. I give it to them. They do not care at all. They are going to stick together and they're all going to say the same dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, honestly, they ain't doing nothing but hurting themselves.
To say the least. What do you think would happen to Charlie Kirk?
Hold up, is that a black woman? Is that a black woman? Oh, so much racism in the world. Charlie Kirk, he hurt so many people's feelings.
It's just messed up, totally messed up. That was messed up. Like, nobody deserved that. He definitely didn't deserve that. He was a good guy.
Facts, you think he was a good guy?
I think he was.
You only Kirk
good morals.
Captain Kirk.
The what?
The only Kirks you recognize is Captain Kirk. I don't know Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who it is?
I don't know who that is.
I know who it was. Like,
Notice that he tried to walk off on her because he expected her to go with the narrative, right? And she didn't give him immediately what he wanted. So he started hearing Bull say stuff. So he tried to go past. He tried to go past her. Like, what did you say? Did you say something that I need you to say while I'm live? Like, bro, these people are so fake. But she was just giving her honest opinion, about the whole Charlie Kirk situation. C-Wag, you said Don Lemon, the guy that wasn't smart enough for CNN, that's bad. Yeah, they fired his ass. He said, I'm sorry, call me names, that's what I believe. Hey, man, you believe what you believe, man. Can't nobody tell you, what the fuck to believe in. You got, and that's my whole thing, bro. Listen, I got family members who are, gay, lesbian, and all these type of things that's going on nowadays that's just free, but that's your business. I don't have to live your life or walk in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that, this is my thing, right? With the whole, when a lot of celebrities went through it with the whole, made comments maybe in the past, and then you got all these LGBTQ people coming out, and they're worried about losing their livelihood off a comment they made 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if a person feels that way, what's wrong with it? That's what they feel, because that's not what they do. And that's it. That's just all it is to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you entitled to your opinion. My thing is this: your employer is entitled to fire your dumbass because you represent their business. You work for them. And they don't want that type of heat on their business. They don't want to lose business. So to avoid, you might be a great employee, but to avoid the backlash that your business might get off having you there, they just get rid of you and replace you. You know what I'm saying? It's called business. Most of this shit is business. But this shit that they're pushing,
I only know about them with some
All of us have
demons.
flaws. I can't really tell you what to believe in or how to feel. Like, everybody's having a human experience. Like, why knock him for having this human experience or what he believe in?
Even though even though he says things that are anti-women, black, all that.
I can't judge him for that.
You can't.
I can't judge him for that. But I can use judgment. He didn't deserve that.
Right.
Exactly.
He's a human being.
Yeah, he's
you
a
are
human
very
being.
spiritual.
You know, yeah.
No, she's just very logical. She's just very logical, Diamond, Lemonhead. She's logical. She's just saying, look, at the end of the day, he's entitled to what he believes, and he's still a human. He deserves to live like all of us. He didn't deserve that. You know? She just being honest. It's called the way she truly feels.
I can't go left. I can't go left with that.
No, you sound like, you mean left, going
yeah,
left,
like,
not left.
Because I'm humanity.
Yeah.
I'm humanity and left first.
No, I love that.
Aww.
So the first person I spoke to here didn't want to be on camera, and he said, I can't judge him because I'm not God. And so let him, whatever the reaction is, if the government wants to give him a state-like funeral, if they let him do it because God is the only judge. And
yeah, like, nobody really can judge him.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of, like, seen him before all of this happened, but I don't see what everybody else was seeing. So, you know?
Yeah. Hey, that's how you feel.
That's how you feel.
Nice to see you.
No, that's what it is, Don Lemonhead. That's what it is. Y'all, she said the realest shit about this, about everybody spreading everything about Charlie Kirk. She said that, I kind of seen him before this, and I just don't see what everybody's saying. Y'all saying that he's a white supremacist, a racist. He, says bad things about the LGBTQ community and all trans people. But when you go back and actually watch the videos, there's a bunch of video out there. He posts them himself. You know what I'm saying? And as a business owner, I'm pretty sure you're not going to, post videos that are going to make you, lose business or make your show unpopular. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, it just wasn't. With the black people, there was videos of him just saying that, look, we're all the same. This isn't Jim Crow. This isn't the 1930s. This isn't that. You have the same rights to go to school and to go to college and get an education as I do. You could go get the same jobs as I do. You know what I'm saying? Our upbringings are probably different for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Like, I went to school with people, we was poor, right? And my mom wanted to move out the hood, and she did, right? But I don't know how she did it, but she always found the most ghettoest part of nice neighborhoods. Like, she was good at that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I guess it was just a financial thing. Shout out to my mom, though. I love her. So she, I went to school. I went to decent schools up in high school. I went to Deptford, went to Woodbury. And, shout out to Deptford, shout out to Woodbury. I went there to both for 2 years anyway. So that's beside the point. But I went to school with guys that looked like me, who had families who actually had money. And they come to school, rock and wear it down, all that shit. And, we just couldn't afford that. You know what I'm saying? But I just never bitched about it. It just was what it was, my life. You know what I'm saying? And I could have grew up bitter. Oh, my life. Oh, I was so poor, my mother. And my mom's white at that. You know what I'm saying? My mom was poor. My mom was probably poorer than most black people, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. I never seen my mom, bitching and complaining. She just got up every day, went to work, did what she had to do, and that was that. My dad, I never seen him broke. He's a black man. He's a black man. I never seen this motherfucker broke, ever. So he shows you how to fucking be a man and work and get money. And that's why I'm a hard worker today, man. So shout out to my family. You know what I mean? But let's finish this video. I think it's pretty much done.
All right. I'm done listening to that job.
Yeah. So I just wanted to play that too. But shout out to Officer Tatum, dope channel. Go check him out. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Let me see. Hold on. I want to get into this last video, and then I want to play because I mentioned it a few times. about Obama. And I had this video I did about Obama being a fraud that he is. And, you know, I had more good comments than negative ones, but that's neither here nor there. The video got a little bit of traction. I got a small channel, very small channel, but I'm proud of my very small channel. And, you know, that video was my first 1K videos, and I had a decent amount of comments and likes and stuff, and I truly appreciate it. But anyway, I wanted to show this video because people assume like these Democrats really have our best interests, and they don't. And I'm gonna show you why. But we're gonna get into that after this video right here with my guy Brandon Lehman, dope content creator. See what he's talking about.
There is something deeply disturbing about the left, mentally and spiritually. Please watch this video to the end because you need to see that their intentional corruption of the purity of children isn't stopping with the indoctrination of radical and dangerous transgender ideology. They are literally turning their children into radical, bloodthirsty militants who celebrate the death of conservatives. Also, popular left-wing streamer Destiny goes on Piers Morgan and makes a chilling admission, saying the quiet part out loud that we know all leftists are thinking. Charlie Kirk's
Oh, you talking about Destiny, the same guy that was letting niggas pound his wife, you know, put BBC all up in her guts. You know, that Destiny, that guy.
Assassination.
Oh, didn't she leave that nigga?
Was actually our fault because we elected Donald Trump. And if we had just bent the knee to the whims of the Democrat Party, he would still be alive today. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. But let's start with this deeply heartbreaking video of two girls who can't be older than 10 years old cheering on and celebrating the death of political opponents.
Back. I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
That's crazy,
Second best news.
The vice president died?
That's crazy.
Okay, bro. Third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
My best friend.
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged!
They don't even care.
Now, let me be clear. I do not put the...
Yo, hold on. Wasn't I the guy who said that racism and all of these hateful types of things that are going on are taught? This right here is a prime example of it. These children are young, bro. It's no way in the world that they actually grew up and said, I hate Donald Trump. I want to see Donald Trump die, or, you know, just have them type of thoughts. No, they're probably around their mother a lot. Obviously, you could tell. And she just be saying a bunch of bullshit, you know, to her kids, obviously. And she's teaching them to hate Donald Trump, to pretty much hate anybody that associates with MAGA. That's crazy, bro. That's wild, bro. I feel bad for them children.
The fault of this insane behavior on those children. I showed you that because what must be going on in this household? What must be getting said around these children to make their first, second, and third reaction to hearing I have some good news from their mom, the death of Donald Trump, the vice president, and Elon Musk? It wasn't, are we going on vacation? Are we getting a puppy? What kind of indoctrination must be going on in that household where what's worthy of celebration is real life people dying? This is like child abuse, in my opinion. This is the problem with the left's whole both sides argument about political violence. Of course, it's patently false on its face, but something like this you would never see come out of a conservative household. These are the people that claim they're compassionate, they're empathetic, they're inclusive, they're accepting, they're tolerant, they value human rights, they value life. These parents are raising their children to believe that anybody who thinks differently than you is deserving of death. And that is deeply disturbing. And I had to show you guys this video, again, not to disparage the children. They are innocent. They are being brainwashed. But to show you the mindset and the convictions of our political opponents. They're raising their children to hate your grandchildren and even wish death upon them. But again, it's not surprising when you have prominent left-wing influencers like Destiny saying that Charlie Kirk's death is a direct result of us voting for Donald Trump. Take a look at this.
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump.
I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. Don't say things.
Yo, bro. What the fuck? Oh.
Nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the
You telling me that this fucking clown, this clown is giving political advice to people? Bro, I could never respect a man. Bro, I could never respect a man who lets other men put cock in his wife. I couldn't take advice from you, dog. We don't think the same. You're not a man. Bro, the fact that this dude even has a platform is wild to me, bro.
Protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump.
I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. Don't say things we don't like, especially not in public, and especially not to college kids that we're trying to brainwash, or else we'll kill you for it. Don't elect politicians we don't like, or else we'll kill your biggest voices for it. The left is worse than authoritarians. They're totalitarians. They don't just want to have a monopoly on government control. That would be bad enough. They want to dictate what you say, what you think. When a political party tells you you must disregard reality and instead adopt our ideology that men can become women, and
remember, who was that? Hillary Clinton said that MAGA supporters should be put in deprogramming camps or some shit like that. This is, bro, remember I said, bro, and most importantly, these people project. That's all they do. They project how they really are, how they really think. The authoritarian and dictator thing is what they want to be. The Democratic Party, they want the Democratic Party to dictate what's going on in America, how much taxes you pay, and all of these different components to politics. They thought that they were going to win this election, and if they did win, that nobody would ever win again. Because they were going to set it up to where, they stayed in power, bro. They were going to tip the scales with all these illegal immigrants. They were going to make all of them legal immigrants. And that was going to pretty much tip the scale. 20 million people is a lot of people, bro.
if you disagree with this obviously untrue statement, you will be met with strict and harsh condemnation and punishment. I mean, Destiny mocked the death of an innocent father who died at the Butler rally where Trump almost got assassinated, and basically said it was his fault for being a fascist and showing up to a fascist rally. And what he just said on Piers Morgan was so crazy that the other liberal on the panel, Anna Kasparian, had to distance herself from him and call him out for being insane. Take a look at this.
There is an element of the left, the hard woke left, that have completely lost their minds. If you are not able to just outright simply condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, and if you cannot stop yourself from mocking his grieving widow, you are sick, as I've just seen from Destiny. The sick
thing
mindset.
is weaponizing a widow's grief to try to do recruitment for your political party. That's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. She's showing up in emails for recruitment drives for TPUSA.
What did you think the assassination of a political figure would do? What did you think the outcome was going to be? What did you think the outcome was? And by the way,
are you asking me for the pragmatic political outcome? Or are you asking me for...
Hey,
you're
how
asking me a
about
question,
take it
so I
easy
didn't
on
know
the
it was rhetorical.
Adderall? Take it easy on the Adderall, and let me answer the question
okay,
that Pierce
sorry,
asked me.
you must have been really bullied today, I
My
guess.
behavior,
Let Anna speak, please.
My behavior is not reliant on how anyone else behaves. Every morning I wake up and I make decisions about how I choose to react or respond to things. I don't wake up in the morning, check what Donald Trump has to say, and then base my own personal behavior on his behavior.
And this is why you are seeing a mass exodus of people fleeing the Democrat Party as fast as they can.
That's a
because
fact.
to most decent human beings with a heart, even if they dislike Donald Trump, they are now seeing that their party is glorifying, celebrating, and cheering the public assassination of a father. Most Americans, even if they disagreed with what Charlie Kirk said, don't believe that what happened to him was remotely justified. And they're logging on to Facebook and seeing their friends, seeing their family, seeing the teachers at their kids' schools, the nurses at the hospitals, celebrating this gruesome, violent murder. And they're finally being slapped with the reality that, oh, we aren't the good guys. This is a party of radical, militant, violent extremists. And most people aren't down for that. Regular, normal people aren't giddy at the idea of blood flowing through the streets like Destiny is. But Destiny, who embodies the modern Democrat Party ideals perfectly, responds to Anna and admits that the foundation for his moral compass is what Donald Trump does or says. Watch.
Why can't the president say we should all be less violent?
Right. Because you can't even.
My thing is this, why does it have to be a we thing when it ain't a we thing? It's a you thing. It's a Democrat thing. That's just what it is. And why can't Democrats just admit it and say, look, man, all right, we may have fucking said a bunch of goofy shit, but listen, man, motherfuckers need to chill out. But they won't because they love it. They want it. They're hoping that Donald Trump is next. That's what they're hoping. Because at the end of the day, listen, they understand that they can use the public as tools. That's how they see the public, as tools. They don't have to live with you. They don't have to deal with you. They don't live in the same community as you. They're not in the same tax bracket as you. They don't care about you. You know, they can avoid you at all costs every single day. How many people see these politicians on a regular basis? You don't. You know, maybe if you live in Washington, you might. I don't know. But for the most part, bro, these people don't have to see you. They don't. They don't care about you, bro. All they care about is power, money that they act like they don't care about. It's all projection. The very things that they say Donald Trump stands for is what they stand for. You know what I mean? They talk about, oh, he wants to look out for his billionaire friends. That's what they do. Donald Trump showed you that in the first election when when Hillary Clinton tried to play him on the tax thing. And he said, yeah, I'll take advantage of the tax code. And so do all of your donors. And guess what? You won't change it. Will you change it? He said that. Will you change it? If you want it to be different, then change it. But you won't. You won't. Because that's the thing. They act like they're going to change all of these things, but they don't. Joe Biden, Obama was in office for 8 years. Joe Biden was in there for 4. They could have easily change what's going on in the black community, but they're not. But now they want to come at Trump for wanting to bring the National Guard in to Chicago and New York and L.A. where all of these, black bodies are dropping on a regular basis. You notice that you never hear them say anything about that. You didn't see none of it. You see how they were literally fighting ICE officers at these detention centers, literally trying to get in there like they're fighting for these illegal immigrants. Have you ever seen any of them, any footage of Jasmine Crockett or any of her little cronies at any of these state prisons? It's a bunch of them in Jersey. It's a bunch of them in L.A. It's a bunch of them everywhere across the nation. Do you see them busting down any of them doors for any of them black bodies that are in there? No, they're not. But yet, people are still what? Slaves to the party. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you Obama, too. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. I'm going to show you, bro, out of his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Not about how I feel, because I voted for him. I voted for Obama. You know, I was happy. I was proud. Just like everybody was. Oh, we got the first black president, yo. That shit dope as hell, bro. You know? And then you realize down the road when you actually look into it, fraud. Big fraud. Anyway, let's finish this up.
The cold-blooded
Because I
execution
can't.
of Charlie
Donald Trump
Kirk.
turns on Destiny.
I don't think you're in the position to demand anything from anybody.
On YouTube. That's how I'm going to take my.
You're
my
not in any
pointers, but
position
really?
to condemn anybody for anything. You won't
absolutely
condemn a
am, because
cold-blooded
He's the president
murder.
of the United States. He's the president of the United States. No one here can answer that question.
Basic
Why Donald
humanity
Trump-
says
why
the murder
Donald Trump,
was
the president,
horrific.
Can't
Yeah,
say
look
it.
at Andy.
Donald
She
Trump
is-
to be
she
less
is
violent.
like-
Why can't you
Democrats
say
have
it,
been saying
Destiny?
for over
She
a
is sick.
decade.
To
Democrats
say
have
the
been saying for over
murder
a
was
decade.
horrific and
Why can't
unacceptable.
Donald Trump say it?
You can't do
why
it,
does
can
no one
you?
hear any words for Donald Trump?
All right, Anna
What do you have for
Kasparian.
Donald Trump? Nothing.
His level of humanity is dependent on Donald Trump. That's insane. But it is the
Donald
position
Trump
of
was
the
the
left.
first
Donald
one to
Trump
make a
wants to
post.
be tough on crime. The left wants crime to run rampant. Donald Trump wants men out of women's sports. The left will defend it till they're red in the face. Donald Trump thinks American citizens are struggling and should be prioritized, so the Democrats obviously choose illegal immigrants as their primary constituents. Most normal people think murder is bad, especially violent, gruesome, public, politically motivated executions. And the very few normal Democrats that are left are seeing their most prominent voices actually glorify that kind of behavior, and they are disgusted. But Anna Kasparian responds to Destiny's Trump derangement and absolutely rips him.
The idea of mocking a woman who is now a widow with 2 young children who witnessed her husband get shot in the neck.
He don't care. Look at him. He's a demon. Look at him. This is what a demon looks like right here. All the way on the right. Destiny. He's a fucking demon, dog.
Bleed out to death. How could you mock that? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand it. That's it. I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time, you
It's such a
judge
simple thing.
others
If you're
as
going to
hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others
How
are
does that make
using
any
her grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny,
TPUSA ads to
let
1
me
or 2
explain
days
something
after.
to you. If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a
Look
human
at him, bro.
is.
Look at
what
his
it's
eyes,
like to
bro.
actually
Yo, hold on. I want to. Yo, look at this dude, bro. What the fuck is he on? Yo, bro. This nigga's on some type of shit. Look at his eyes, bro. Look at him.
during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with, a person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved
That's fine.
away
And when
from
something yeah, I know, yes,
identifying as
because
a
you got bullied online. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just
so
said that you
embarrassing on
don't
the
think about
left.
how other people act.
Again, Destiny is saying the quiet part out loud. How dare the right not be scared into silence, which was the purpose of the assassination?
That's a
How
fact.
dare the wife of Charlie Kirk want his vision and his movement to continue? Didn't you guys learn the lesson? He's mad because this killing was supposed to scare conservatives into stop sharing their opinions. And we're choosing to do the opposite. We're using it as fuel to continue what Charlie started. And he's upset that his political terrorism didn't work. And Anna Kasparian is representative of what normal human beings are thinking right now. I may not like Donald Trump. I may consider myself a liberal, but there is no way I can be associated with the Democrat Party if political assassinations is what they stand for. The Democrats thought their approval rating was bad before. Just wait till these new polls over the coming weeks come out, and the Democrat Party is going to be faced with two options. Drop the fascist Nazi rhetoric and talk about substance, of which they have none, or continue the Nazi talk and expose that your condolences for Charlie Kirk and calls for political unity were insincere from the beginning. I think they'll have to just continue with the fascist rhetoric, because even if they stop it now, the damage is done. The regular people aren't coming back. And if the regular people aren't coming back, there's no point in switching your rhetoric if all it's going to do is isolate your radical violent base, which is all the Democrat Party has left at this point. But the last thing I'm going to show you, just to hammer in the point of where the Democrat Party is at this point, here's another prominent leftist influencer, Hassan Piker, saying that America deserved 9/11 and also capitalist blood should flow through the streets. Watch.
This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked? America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
People are seeing.
All right, I'm gonna end it with that, man. Shout out to Brandon Lehman, man. These dudes are demons, bruh. This all boils down to, man. Demons. Yo, where the fuck? Oh, I'm bugging. Yeah, man. They're demons, man. Hey, what do you expect, bro? What do you expect from these people? But at the end of the day, I feel the same way you feel. I feel like it's too late. They took it too far, bro. They took this shit too far for too long, and people are too programmed, bro. And now, not only the sad part is, like, you know, the kids, bro. The kids got to deal with this shit in the schools. They got to deal with their mom and dad being a fucking nutbag, a nutball, a nut. Balls. Anyway, just nuts, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's sad, man. It really is, bro. The shit that's going on right now is real dangerous, bro. It really is, bro. Like, you can't even, certain places, you probably can't even wear a fucking MAGA hat without somebody trying to fucking threaten your life or snipe you. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But let's get into this last. I'm gonna play this last video, and then we gonna end it out. So everybody was feeling away because I was talking about Precious Obama, you know, the black savior, you know, the one and only, you know. But you know, I already proved that Obama was just another puppet put in place to do the elite's business, you know. And it's sad, man, you know, because people really had hope that Obama was gonna, you know, change things, you know, that he was gonna make a change for the black community, and he let us all down. It's just what it is, man. Every president is able to give you a little bone, you know. They all able to give you a little bone to get you to shut the fuck up. But as far as doing actual, real change, nah. It's not going to happen, people. It's just not, bro. They don't care. They really, truly don't care about us, bro. If you think that government gives a fuck about us, you're stupid. And this goes for Republicans too, bro. Like, government needs a radical change. Like, and it needs to be small, really small, because it's too many departments in the government that is soaking up all of our resources, and we're getting fucked. Every single day, you're just seeing everything keep going up, and they're trying to normalize, you know, the prices of everyday goods and it is normal right now. It's normal for everybody to pay what they're paying for everything now, and it's fucked up, man. We need smaller government. Let's get into this last video about your boy Obama.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you?
This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how America works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you, this is for African Americans?
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you, this is for African Americans?
That's not how America works. And few have been more marginalized and ignored by Washington for as long as Native Americans, our first Americans.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you, this is for African Americans?
That's not how America works.
So as you saw there, he was.
Now, I'm not sitting there saying that any legislation or bills that were passed in favor of Native Americans is wrong at all. It probably was a great thing and a good thing for them, right? But when asked, why don't you do something specifically, for the black community, it was, that's not how America works. Doesn't work that way. Same thing. Who else said that? They had the same kind of language. When they was asked, the first so-called vice president was trying to be the president, Kamala Harris. It's not how it works. When it comes to black people, man, it doesn't work that way. What Kevin Hart say, the way my bank account set up, yeah, that's how the way America's bank account set up it's not set up to have black folks, benefiting from that account. So, yeah, I brought that video up a few times, and I've been meaning to play it, but I finally played it, and it just goes to show you the hypocrisy of, Democrats in general. The people that have so much empathy, the people who are for the middle class and the working man, the people who are for freedom of speech and all of the liberties and all the good shit, that people just be talking about. They're the party of talk and speeches that have a lot of hope in it. It's a lot of hope. And that's all they feed on and give you. It's hope. Hope that your community gets better. Hope that you make more money. Hope that your wages go up. Hope that your rent goes down. It's all hope. And then you vote them in like we always do, ignorantly, without really looking at any other candidates because they're Republican or because they don't, their skin tone ain't the same as yours and they just can't relate to you. You vote and just understand they all in cahoots together. It's not like, that's the one thing I can respect about Donald Trump is that he was a person who went against the grain and he said shit that was controversial, but it was true, but still, I still don't wish no harm on Obama, and I give credit where credit is due. That was a slick talking motherfucker. I give him that. That motherfucker know how to talk. I give him that. Him and Michelle, they know how to talk, but the one thing I said about the Democratic Party is solutions. They have none, and that's the biggest problem that they have. Is until they come to the table with solutions for all Americans, not just any specific Americans, then we're going to continue to have the same Democratic Party that we got today. And it's just not going to change. But hopefully it does. I wish nothing but the best for all Americans, white, black, Hispanic, real dark, light skin, white, orange, it don't matter. It's all love, people. You know, so let's just spread the love. Fuck all this goofy shit that's going on, all the hate and everybody just spreading a bunch of goofy shit. You know, we got to get it together, people. But that's the show for today, man. It's your boy SL550. This is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast, man. Yo, today, man. Oh, what happened? Oh, my bad. Hold on. My bad. Knocked my headphones out. But anyway, like I was saying, man, yo, a lot of people tapped in today, man. It was a good video today, man. A lot of people stayed the whole video. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thanks for the comments, for all the, the few people that made comments. I truly appreciate it. Also, my wife was telling me, because she be moderating my show, and she be telling me that people do be writing comments sometimes, and I don't see them on my side. So I got to figure that out. If you made a comment and I did not see a comment, I apologize if I didn't speak on it. And just know that I wasn't ignoring you and it wasn't my fault. It just, I didn't see it. So, man, until tomorrow, this your boy SL550, man. I'm out. Make sure yo, subscribe to the fucking channel and stop playing. You heard? I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.